Good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday, the 1st of December, and it's the first episode of Chat's Entertainment 25 Reviews of Christmas. And this is certainly going to be a good one. This is one of my absolute favourite films of all time. Be it Christmas or otherwise, it is definitely in my top 10. So, the year was 2002, and a curly-haired chap dressed as an elf frolicked the streets of New York City, praying that his low-budget film would become a success and that he wasn't skipping down streets and yelling at strangers in pointy shoes and yellow tights for no good reason. This chap, as you might have guessed, was Will Ferrell, and the film was the absolute brilliant Christmas classic Elf. So Elf starred Will Ferrell as Buddy, a human who was adopted and raised by elves and grew up in the North Pole. Upon the revelation of his true self, he heads to New York City to meet his biological father, Walter Hobbs, played absolutely brilliantly by James Caan. Walter Hobbs is an uptight workaholic who is regretfully on the naughty list. Determined to get to know the family he never knew and to spread the Christmas cheer to the people of New York City, Buddy sets out on a journey of self-discovery, causing absolute chaos everywhere he goes and bringing a lot of smiles to a lot of faces sitting on the couch watching it. He meets the lovely shop assistant Jovi, played by the lovely Zooey Deschanel, who works at Gimbel's, who is not against Christmas, but she doesn't really like celebrating it. She kind of just wants to get through the holidays rather than celebrate the holidays, and this just will not do for Mr. Buddy the Elf. So Buddy gets her into the Christmas spirit, and along the way they fall in love, and it's really cute, and basically she learns the most important thing of all. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. And that she does, and that's what he does too, and it is just lovely. So Jon Favreau, who many of you may know from his appearance as Happy in the Iron Man series or in the Avengers, he directs this film and he makes various cameos throughout it as well. He plays Mr. Narwhal, the whale. Maybe a lot of you might know who Mr. Narwhal is. He's basically he comes up out of the ice just as Buddy is leaving the North Pole, and he goes, "Bye, Buddy. I hope you find your dad." That's Mr. Narwhal. And he also plays the Doctor in the now infamous scene, I think, from this film, which is the DNA test scene, where Buddy starts eating cotton wool balls, just because why not? So with all of his antics and through many different means, he ends up uniting what was a very, I suppose, unhappy family. Walter and his wife and his son really learn the meaning of what it means to be family and learn the meaning of Christmas, and Buddy ends up spreading joy to the entire city of New York, which is, at the end of the day, his main goal. So this film features a lot of laugh out loud moments, a lot of too many really to pin down. My personal favourites would probably include when he goes to visit his father, who doesn't quite believe that it's his son until the aforementioned DNA test, and he gets arrested and he gets put in the slammer with a lot of very un-elf-like men. And his face that he has in that scene, you would crack a rib. Like, just, it is just insane how good Will Ferrell is in this film. And then one of the scenes, actually, from the very start, when he arrives first in New York City, is actually one of my favourites too. So until today, I went looking on sites, as you do, about fun facts that I might be able to share with you, because, you know, we all love a good fun fact. But when he arrives into New York City, those outside shots filmed outside Rockefeller Center and the Empire State Building, the interactions he actually has with the people are completely ad-libbed. That wasn't technically scripted. They were actual people in New York. I could just imagine the fright of some really tall, goofy looking guy coming running up to you going, "Hi, hi, hi." Like, I'd say people are like, what the hell is going on? But it makes for really good scenes in that movie. Another one which, like, this is 2003, so I suppose this didn't really age well just because of the controversy that surrounds certain elements, but the "Baby It's Cold Outside" scene where Jovi is in the staff room, like, bathroom, and she's in the shower and she's singing "Baby It's Cold Outside," and Buddy, who is just completely clueless, God love him, is sitting out on the sink, and she doesn't know he's there, and he starts singing along with her. And like in recent years, that song has obviously come out and there's been a lot of negativity towards it, and that's fair enough, but I think they get away with it in this film, and it still gets away with it because of just how innocent he is, and it's not meant to be portrayed in any way that's a bit so that's actually one of my favorite scenes. And yeah, like there's just too many to count. It is just one of those films where any age group can enjoy it, and you can just sit down after a really crappy day and just take it all in, and you just forget everything else that's going on in the world. And there's a lot going on in the world right now, and like, I think Elf, if you're going to start this Christmas season off in a really good way, that's probably the best way to do it. So if I could recommend any film to start off your season, this would be it, and that is why I have chosen it for the 1st of December. Might as well get you into the Christmas spirit. And also, another fun fact before I let you go, this was never actually supposed to be Will Ferrell's role. It was written a decade previously and was penned with Jim Carrey in mind, but unfortunately due to commitments, Jim Carrey had to pull out, and Will Ferrell was on Saturday Night Live at the time, and of course he was brought into it, and the rest is history. Also, just another fun fact while I'm on a roll. In this film, the department store featured is called Gimbels. It was originally supposed to be Macy's, but after being asked by the production company whether they could be featured, Macy's declined, citing the reason that they didn't want the illusion of their Santa Claus being fake to be featured and to ruin the illusion for kids who might be visiting Macy's at Christmas to meet Santa. So kind of a weird one. I bet they're kicking themselves now, because from what was a very low budget film turned into an absolute classic, I'd say it would have been a heap of advertising for them. So yeah, strange one, but I thought you'd like to know that one. So that is Elf. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and please join us for the next 24 reviews of Christmas. I hope you have a lovely evening and get cracking on the old Christmas films, guys. We all need a bit of joy in our lives right now, and that's the best way to do it. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.